Welcome to Lakshman Biology. Now we have to discuss about inheritance of two genes or dihybrid cross. Inheritance of two genes. It is also called as dihybrid cross. It is also called as dihybridization. What is the inheritance of two genes? The meaning for inheritance of two genes is cross between two pure lines. Cross between two pure lines which differ in two characters. If you cross two pure lines which are differ or which are differentiate in single character, that is called monohybrid cross. If we cross two pure lines which are differentiate in two characters, that is called the dihybrid cross or dihybridization. It is also called as inheritance of two genes. Here, what are the characters that taken by the Mendel for the dihybrid cross, for the inheritance of two genes? That are, number one is seed shape. In the seed shape, round is dominant. Round color seed is dominant. The dominant allele is capital R. Next, wrinkled seed is recessive. The recessive allele which is responsible for wrinkled seed is smaller. That is one character, that is a seed shape. Again, second character which he taken is pod shape. Seed color. Second character which he taken for dihybrid cross is seed color. In the seed color, yellow is dominant. Yellow color seed is dominant. The dominant allele is capital Y. Next, green color seed is recessive character, which is expressed or which is expressed by the small y, or recessive allele for the green character is small y. Here you can see two characters that are seed shape and seed color. He taken homozygous dominant plant or homozygous dominant plant for seed shape and seed color, crossed with homozygous recessive for the seed shape and seed color. He crossed the two pure lines which are differ in two characters. That characters are seed shape and seed color. Okay. Now we will see here, he taken homozygous dominant plant for seed shape and seed color, means round and yellow seed plant. Round is dominant shape and yellow is dominant color. Then he crossed this round yellow seed plant with green and wrinkled plant. Smaller are homozygous for the character, and small y also homozygous for the character, that is color. Okay, because of two homozygous allele, we can see the shape of seed is wrinkled. Okay, recessive character is wrinkled. We can see the recessive formation of recessive character in homozygous condition of recessive alleles. Then the seed color is green. Why? Because green is a recessive character if you compare to the yellow. Here round yellow seed plant he crossed with a green wrinkled plant. When he crossed the yellow round plant with green wrinkled seed, then what are the F1 generation plants and what are the F2 generation plants? We have to see now. See here, during formation of gametes, already we know that only one allele is enter into the gamete. In the two capital R's, one dominant allele only enter into the gamete, and in two capital Y's, only one dominant allele is enter into the gamete. Okay, this is the gamete which is formed by the homozygous dominant parent plant for two characters. Next, if you see here, all recessive alleles are there. Gamete receive one small r and gamete also receive one small y. Okay, both recessive alleles are present in gametes which are formed by the homozygous recessive parent. Then for formation of F1 generation, we can see the mixing of both gametes which are formed by the both parents. Then if you observe the genotype of F1 generation parent, genotype of F1 generation or first filial generation plant, that is a heterozygous genotype for both alleles, small r, capital R, small y, capital Y, or small r, capital R, small r, and capital Y, small y. Okay, this is a heterozygous plant. F1 generation plant is a heterozygous plant. The genotype is heterozygous condition. Here, which contain one dominant allele for seed shape and one dominant allele for seed color. Hence, all F1 generation plants genotype is round yellow. Round yellow. That is about the F1 generation. Then these are the parents, parental generation. Next, here we can see the gametes. Next, for formation of F2 generation, he crossed the F1 generation heterozygous plants. Okay, when he crossed the F1 generation heterozygous plants, when he self the heterozygous F1 generation plants, and he got the F2 generation plants. What about gametes which are formed by the F1 generation? What are the different types of plants which are formed in F2 generation? That also we have to see now. See here, this is the one heterozygous parent, that is capital R small r and capital Y small y. Next, crossed with the same offsprings which are formed in F1 generation, that is which contain same genotype. Then if you see the formation of gametes, see how the gametes are formed from each parent. See, this is the genotype. Already we know that only one allele is enter in the two alleles, only one allele is enter into the gamete. See, this capital R, in the two R's only one R is enter. It may be dominant R or it may be recessive R. First, if the capital R may bind with the capital Y, this is one gamete, means which contain one allele from two alleles. Okay, one allele from the capital R and small r, one allele from the capital Y and small y. There is a possibility of mixing of this capital R with this capital Y. Then the gamete is capital R, capital Y, means both dominant alleles are there. Next, same capital R, it may cross, it may take small y. Then the gamete is capital R, small y. Next, after that, small r. Small r may combine with capital Y. When small r may combine with capital Y, the genotype is, the gamete is small r, capital Y. Next, small r may combine with small y. Small r may combine with small y, means both are recessive alleles. Okay, these are the 4 different types of gametes which are formed by the heterozygous F1 generation plants. And gametes, lot of members has confusion for formation of to make gametes from this genotype. There is another method also there for formation of gametes. See here, take capital R and small r. If it is heterozygous condition, both alleles we should take. Then after that, capital Y, small y for both. Capital Y, small y. Okay. This is one gamete. That one. Next, capital R, small y. This is one gamete. Small r, capital Y. This is one gamete. And small r, small y. This is one gamete. That is about the making of gametes. See, same type of gametes are formed to the two plants. Okay, this plant will give 4 different types of gametes, and another plant also will give 4 different types of gametes. For the formation of F2 generation plants, we have to use Punnett square. By using Punnett square, we can make the F2 generation genotypes and phenotypes easily. See, this is the Punnett square. Okay, now write gametes. Capital R, capital Y, capital R, small y, small r, capital Y, small r, small y. Same here also, same type of gametes. Capital R, capital Y, capital R, small y, small r, capital Y, and small r, small y. Then if you see the genotypes of the plants which are present in F2 generation, here capital R, next capital Y, round yellow, capital R, capital Y, small y, round yellow only, capital R, capital Y, small y, round yellow only. Here capital R, small r, then capital Y, round yellow. Next, here capital R, small y, round green. Next, capital R, small r, capital Y, small y, round yellow. Next, capital R, small r, capital Y, small y, round yellow. Capital R, small r, next capital Y, small y, round yellow. Next, capital R, small r, capital Y, small y, round yellow. Next, capital R, small r, capital Y, small y, round yellow. Then capital R, small y, round green. Small r, capital Y, wrinkled yellow. Next, capital R, small y, round yellow. Then small r, capital Y, round yellow. Then small r, capital Y, round yellow. Then small r, small y, that is a wrinkled green. See, 16 different genotype, 16 not different genotypes, 16 plants are formed in F2 generation by crossing heterozygous F1 generation plants. Then if you see the phenotypes of all plants, see, round yellow, round yellow, round yellow, round yellow, round yellow, round yellow, then round yellow, here also round yellow, round yellow. Okay, that are the round yellow plants. Next, this one, round green plant, round green seed, then here round green seed, here wrinkled yellow seed, wrinkled yellow seed, here round green seed, here wrinkled yellow seed, wrinkled yellow seed, here wrinkled yellow seed, here wrinkled green seed. That is the phenotype. Phenotypic ratio of F2 generation is, phenotypic ratio of F2 generation is 9:, what is the 9? Yellow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 yellow color plants are there. 9:3. What are the 3? Green round, 1, 2, 3. 9:3. Next, wrinkled yellow, 3. 3:, and wrinkled green, 1. 9 is round yellow, 3 is round green, sorry, 9 is round yellow, 3 is round green, another 3 is wrinkled yellow, 1 is wrinkled green. That is the phenotypic ratio. Next, genotypic ratio is, genotypic ratio of dihybrid cross is 1:2:1:2:4:2:2:1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 different variety of plants are formed. 9 different types of genotypes are formed. Here what is the one? Homozygous recessive for both. Next, 2. This type of genotypes are 2. 1:2, again 1. This is 1. After that 2. This is the 2. Next, 4. Heterozygous conditions are 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next, 2. These are the 2. Next, 1. This is 1. Next, 2. This is 2. Last one, homozygous recessive for all. That is about the dihybrid cross. Okay, after the completion of dihybrid cross, we should discuss about the what is the law which is explained by the Mendel by the dihybrid cross. By dihybrid cross, Mendel explained third law. The third law of Mendel is law of independent assortment. Law of independent assortment. Okay, there are 3 laws are there for Mendel. Mendel proposed the 3 laws to explain about the how characters are transferred from one generation to another generation. In that, first law is law of dominance, second law is law of segregation, third one is law of independent assortment. First law, that is law of dominance, and second law, law of segregation, that both are explained by the monohybrid cross. Then third law, that is law of independent assortment, that is explained by the dihybrid cross. Simple, law of independent assortment means when more than one genes are there, inheritance of one gene not depend on inheritance of other gene. Inheritance of one gene not depend on inheritance of other genes. Okay, the transfer of one gene character not depend on transfer of another gene character. That is about the law of independent assortment. To know about law of independent assortment, he taken two gene characters, two genes. Okay, two genes means 4 alleles. If you see the while transfer of alleles from one generation to another generation, one type of alleles, one type of gene not depend on another type of gene. That is about the law of independent assortment, according to which one gene inheritance not depend on another gene inheritance. Next, if you see the Mendel laws, Mendel published his laws in 1865 he published the laws, but Mendel work not recognized until 1900. Why the Mendel work not recognized until the 1900? Okay, it took approximately 35 years for recognition of Mendel laws. 3 laws Mendel published in 1865 only, but until 1900 that Mendel work is not recognized. The main reasons why the Mendel work is not recognized is, number 1 is communication problem. Communication problem. There is no phones, there is no developed vehicles. Okay, that is communication problem. Next, second one is Mendel factors or genes not approved by anyone. Okay, Mendel factors or genes not approved. Then if you see, he used mathematical values. He used mathematics in biology. Okay, that is also new in that generation. Okay, to calculate different things, he used the mathematics in biology. Because of using of mathematics in biology, lot of members not approved his work. Next, there is no physical proof. There is no physical proof for the gene or factor. There is no, he didn't show any proof for the factor. Simply he told that factors are there which occurs in pairs and which are responsible for the transfer of characters, but there is no physical proof for the factor. After 1900, there is the 3 scientists that are De Vries, Correns and Von Schermark. De Vries, Correns and Von Schermark, these are the different scientists. These different scientists are worked again on Mendel laws, and they rediscovered the Mendel laws are correct only. Okay, that is about the rediscovery of Mendel work. There are 3 scientists, they are from different places, they did Mendel work differently individually, then they recognized Mendel work. Why? Because at 1900 we can see the identification of chromosomes, a segregation of chromosomes during the cell division, and identification of microscope. Because of all those things, they rediscovered Mendel laws and they told that Mendel laws are correct. That is about the Mendel dihybrid cross and about Mendel work. Thank you.